Greetings and salutations, it's Off-Grid Warrior. And yeah, I know it's been a while since I've put up any videos. It's been a little hectic here between some major fires, just getting smoked out and just you know, trying to survive through all the smoke and the chaos of what a fire can do to a community. You know, I just haven't been making much video, but I have a lot of footage from the start of building this cabin, the foundation, cement, forms, the whole bit, building the floor. I just haven't put it together for you guys, so bear with me. I'm going to get that out to you shortly, but I thought I'd whet your appetites on my little build here. This is a scribe fit build, and basically we're scribing each log so it fits exactly on the log below it. It's time consuming, and we are actually in a bit of a rush. Winter's around the corner, and trust me, I've got myself and 3 others which are trying to get a roof over our heads by winter, so it's a challenge. So excuse me if I haven't been putting out video like at some point said I would. It'll get better. So today, to whet your appetites, I'm going to show you, I'm working on the door here, the corner of the door. I don't have this secure, the bottom log there is not secure. I've bumped it a couple times and it moves out. I don't have any pins or screws in there yet, so we need to do that before we get any higher here. So I'm going to go through that today, drive some screws in there, and then I'll also be insulating this bottom scribe fit log. In case you're not sure what a scribe fit looks like, that's what it looks like on the underside in your saddle notch. We're going to get this tightened up and the corresponding side over here. Get it tightened up, rolled over, and then we're going to put some insulation in there. So let's do that now. Okay, so this is the plan, using the tools you see in front of you and this screw over here. I believe it's around 7 inches. We'll be driving the screw into the log right here. As you can see, this end of the log is not secure. If I gave that a hard hit right now, it would simply move a little off the edge there. We don't want that as we build here. We need a firm, not just a firm foundation, but we definitely want our first logs not moving and going anywhere. So I'm going to drive this through the top here into this joist over here. So yeah, let's do that now. Okay, so I've cobbled together every little extension I possibly have in my various toolboxes, and what I've done is I've marked obviously our drill bit a little shorter than the actual bit, so I know I can get down there. So I'm going to drill to that line through the top into the joist. I'm going to go a little off because I know where I put screws on the actual floor. I don't want to hit those. Knowing my luck, I'll probably hit them, but let's hope we don't. So we also want the top of this hole hidden by the log that sits on top here, obviously. So let's do that. Helps if you have the drill in the right direction, spinning the right direction. Sorry about that, guys. I think the the battery ran out while I was drilling this. Basically I just drilled the hole up to the mark that I made. And what we're going to do now is change bits and get our screw drilled in there. Okay. Let's hope all these extensions I've cobbled together here actually do the trick. So, yeah. Okay. Hopefully I don't run out of battery either. You know, living off grid. You know, one takes a lot of things for granted, and just keeping my batteries charged or making sure they charge takes a little bit of planning on a daily basis. So it's all good though. Screws in. Let's go. Great, it all came out, that's good. Okay, log's not going anywhere. I like. So that's step one, log secure. Now we are going to think about getting some insulation in the scrap fit over here. Okay, so there are other ways to do this, guys, but this is the way I'm doing it. You can get fancy about this or keep it really simple. And this is all we're doing, is we laying insulation, typical insulation, pink insulation in here. We don't want to stuff it too much because, you know, insulation really needs loft or air to work. This is going to be a void. The only areas of this log that is touching the other log is these two edges. So I'm going to be sawing the end of this log off here when we create the door, so I'm not too worried about it not being right there, but we definitely want to get this in here. Now again, not too much of this, because you don't want this so packed in here that it starts to impede on how the log sits. So we're just laying it down the center, and you know, I've seen all kinds of different ways to do this. People can get quite fancy, everything from custom made foam tubes in here to I mean, some people traditionally they would do this with moss. So I actually have some of this left over from our floor. This is actually ceiling insulation, but we got it at a good deal, and I have it in my floor right now. So it's okay if some of this ends up protruding out. We can just cut that with a knife or just shove it in as need be. I'm just using some leftover that I had here from the other logs. And we just trying to do as best as we can to get this. It's not going to be completely airtight, and again, I don't think you really want a cabin airtight because it's going to breathe, it needs to breathe. But we don't want breezes coming through the log. And these scrap fits are pretty good. You can't see, when you look through the side of the cabin here, look through one of the fits, you don't see any light through here. This is pretty tight, so just added guarantee. And then here in the saddle notch, we're just going to lay it sort of in the center over here because it's somewhat bold. The saddle notches, and I'll be doing a video on this showing you exactly how I do this. The saddle notches are slightly bold inside here, they're concave. So again, the only thing that's meeting, sorry guys, I'm trying to handle the camera here on a tripod. The only edges that are meeting the other log that it sits on top are these edges right here. Everything inside you see is actually not resting on the bottom log, the log underneath it. So we're going to lay the insulation right here in the center, a little on the end over here, and that should do it. Let's get back to the action here. Again, these are just little pieces I have, you know, I'm using what I can. In the perfect world I would have lots of insulation just to cut willy-nilly but I'm trying to reuse all the offcuts in this build. We're doing this on a budget, so trying not to go crazy. You know, I don't want to compact this down too much because, like I said, insulation needs to have some loft or air. Just gently laying it in there. And if I'm lucky, when I roll this back on, it should fit as intended. Okay, so let's get this rolled on. And obviously I've made some marks on the bottom log, so I know exactly where this should be once I put it back on. Checking my marks. And that's not going anywhere. Let's take a look. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod here so we can get you in really close there. Okay. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see that. That is a very tight fit. There's no gaps there. If we go around the saddle notch, a little bit there. Probably going to put a hammer onto this and just knock it around a bit, but that's you know, fairly tight. Now we have a little bit of sap running out here. We'll take a look at that again. Yeah, bit of insulation sticking through, no problem, not an issue. We want that, but there is no light in there. That's a little chainsaw whoopsie. It happens. There we go. Continuing around the notch. Okay, so there you have it. Like I said, I've got a lot more footage of this from building the forms. Catching rainwater so I can mix the concrete and the whole caboodle. I have somewhat of an unconventional floor that I've built here, but you know, again, I used what tools I had in hand. We're trying to do this on budget, so if you guys are looking at this and going, why did he do that, that's fine. Leave a comment, tell me how you'd perhaps do it, or if you like it, or if you don't like it, or see a way I can improve it. I'm always open for constructive criticism. But this is how I did it. This is my first cabin build, so you know, learning as I go along here, and hopefully I can pass some of that information to you. But like I said, again, I'm open to any other ways you guys can see I can do things out here. Please let me know. I appreciate that. So I've got a lot of video. I'll be editing it, putting it together pretty soon, and you'll be able to see what I've done up till this point, and then I'll try and be a little more regular with getting videos out as to how we get this done. Today is September the 8th. Winter is knocking at the door, and it's not long before snow tries to fly here, begins to fly, so I've got a boogie with this. So fingers crossed, guys. Thanks. Hope you got something out of that, maybe learned something, and Till next video, I gotta bust some booty, get this done. Catch you later. Thanks for watching. Cheers.